we've had very candid, off the cuff conversations. We sat down. Coach Nyla reached out to me and she was like, "Can we like talk and things like that?" And she told me she was nervous, and I'm like, I ain't nobody to be nervous for, but I got what she was saying. This is a big move. This is a really, really big move because there's a lot of people in this family at that time to judge.
It was judgy.
It was judgy. It was judgy. Like my 4 daughters are still 4 daughters that are women. They wasn't no joke.
Warning: viewer discretion is advised. The content, views, and educational material you are about to experience could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
You think about what happened and what you went through and the things that you went through. I'm the type of person, I'm still the type of person that's like, okay, I want things to be peaceful and happy. I told you guys earlier, the thing was like, okay, I'm willing to, maybe I need to walk away. Maybe I need to, request a divorce or whatever the case may be if it's this much of an issue, if it's this much of a problem. However, thinking about who I am, what I can bring, what I actually wanted. I remember my bonus daughter was like, that was the thing that bothered her when I made a comment to her about what I wanted. And, that like, it didn't matter, like it didn't matter what other people wanted. So we had to have a conversation and a discussion of what that actually meant. My wants is not to negate anybody else's wants and their desires and their needs and their place in their family. Just like I wouldn't think that anybody else's wants would do the same for me. So it wasn't the easiest conversation to have because you're coming into a place where, and there's a number of things that I have not talked about that I don't give the stories on or that I haven't talked about before because I am of the mindset, and I still am, and I've been of the mindset of my story is not only my story. There's other characters, there's other people in this story. And I want to be mindful of what I say, how I put it across. And it's not to be phony or fake or anything like that, but it's to be mindful of the best way to put it across. So you can actually learn from the mistakes. So you can understand that it's not all sunshine and rainbows and kittens and unicorns and peaches and cream, because even as of 15 years in, there are still new things we are learning, because I stated before that this polygyny thing is new to us. Even 15 years in, 15 plus as of this.
Yeah.
Is that it is, when it comes down to it, is that being in this, that there's still going to be new things. That's even for a person in monogamy.
Yeah, it's life.
It's like it says, I don't care if you are, I think about when I was in college. I think about even when I was in elementary school, middle school. I don't care how long I've been in school. Each year was new. Each year was different. I was learning new things every single year. And it was scary the first day, every single time. Every single time.
Kids.
You're already on our channel and you see how we are empowering people when it comes to polygamy education. You may be wondering, what's the next step? Especially knowing that we are the authors of the book,
Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. If you want to get off the emotional roller coaster, whether it's jealousy, insecurity, frustration, anger, maybe even guilt in some cases, you're going to want to pick up this book.
Definitely wish I would have had this book back a while ago when we first embarked on polygyny. And you will learn a lot of things about minding your marriage and what that actually means. So you're not comparing your marriage to your co-wives or anybody else's for that matter.
If you've heard, I'm not against polygamy, I just against when it's not done right, you want to learn how to do it right? This will teach you how to be more than twice the man you need to be to get it done. Let's talk polygamy.com. We look forward to shipping yours off to you.
So you think about that, there's a lot of changes, new things that go on, and being able to look back on it, because sometimes when you're in it and you're growing through it, you forget that this is what it looked like 15 years ago. This is what it looked like 11 years ago. This is what it looked like. And so when we're talking to you, we have to go back. We can't just sit from where we are right now. Like we tell you guys not to compare your chapter 1, 2, 3 to our chapter 15, chapter 14, chapter anything like that.
Yeah.
But we also have to sit here and understand that, you know what? We have to remember what our chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. Exactly.
Like.
Well, that's why we're here, because we know what it looked like.
Yeah.
We've had very candid, off the cuff conversations. We sat down. Coach Nyla reached out to me and she was like, can we talk and things like that? And she told me she was nervous. And I'm like, I ain't nobody to be nervous for, but I got what she was saying. This is a big move. This is a really, really big move, because there's a lot of people in this family at that time to judge. It was judgy. It was judgy. It was judgy. Like my 4 daughters are still 4 daughters that are women. And when I tell you, shout out to y'all, love y'all, they wasn't no joke. And then it wasn't even, I was thinking about personality. We were at an event. I was thinking about personality. And I said, sometimes it ain't even about the personality. It's about, I'm standing here 5 women deep. Okay? Eid, all 4 daughters, me, is a lot of eyes on one woman. Okay? There's 1 daughter and a bunch of boys. So when you look at the numbers, just us walking toward anyone as 5 women.
Sure, then it was 1 daughter and 1 boy.
So. 1 daughter and 1 boy, right? 1 daughter and 1 boy. But the last Eid we all were together before we started world traveling. It was all 4 of my daughters. And I said, dang, the numbers, just us, just me and the 4 girls, got to be rough. And us walking toward anyone we don't like, you gonna know we don't like you or we don't appreciate, because the faces is looking like serious. And when you grow up and you have daughters that are intense that way, and you have, they're all introverts. All my daughters are introverts, so they don't wear all this. Ain't no jazz hands, ain't no smiles, not warm hugs, none of that. They're not like that with each other. But I said, even just looking at that coming at you, how would that feel? If you don't meet someone with a smile or you look intimidating, it's not just dealing with the wife, it's dealing with, okay, I got to deal with the girls, I got to deal with the sons, I got to deal with the kids, I got to deal with the stuff. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. So again, you're just saying that polygyny is not just happening to you. It's happening to the family, whether you call them family or not. You're in the same family, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, or accept it or not. You are. And it has a ripple effect. So we have to be very mindful of what we are doing, not just with our husbands, but with the people that he loves, even if you don't love them yet, because you don't know who you're going to need. You don't know. So don't be so arrogant, not everybody, but don't be so arrogant as to not get out of the way of your own ego, because that's what's standing in the way oftentimes. And you don't know, the Creator could make you need somebody that you don't appreciate.